Very beautiful afternoon to you. Did you miss me or did you miss us? You're welcome back to the MDAs, Ministries, Departments, Agencies of Government update, where we bring you a head of parastatal, just a member of the ESCO, to shed light on what they are doing to ensure that that dividend of Soludo administration gets to you, gets to me. Afambo Oluchi Carlo Emeka. You can still call me Luchike. Un manify na member bụ na ịbịa ndị na-arụrụ gọọmenti ọrụ ọkachasị ndị isi ụlọ gọọmenti dịgasị iche iche anyị na-agbọta ha ebe a fa kọwara anyị ife ndị fa na-arụgasị nke ọ ga-aba ịfụ nka si na-arụghị ọfụma anyị amara onye anyị ga-arụ aka onye mụ na ya nọ ụbọchị taa hey, this phone will not stop ringing because otego a na-eche eche onye maka mkpọbata nnukwu mmụọ bata so the person I have with me today, Comrade Sir Celestine Anere, Yanwabu Managing Director, Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra, Ocha Brigade. I'm a Ocha Brigade, Okachasena government, Sir, you're welcome to the MBA's update.
Thank you very much.
So we'll bring it down.
I'm not really into. If I need to, but in my village they call me Dakwasieni.
Dakwasieni, I like it. Sounds like it suits. Okay, sir. Before we go in proper, I would like to understand. Kedife Ocha Brigade naro. Maka ọtụtụ ndị amari Ocha Brigade naro. Ụfọdụ ndị na-afụ ha asị ndị anọ abụ ndị aswama ụfọdụ fọ ha asị nọ ndị a bụ ndị bekonti ụfọdụ fọ ha asị na ndị a maka nwere ụdị ọrụ ha na-arụ so achọ ka ịkọwara anyị kedu ihe ndị Ocha Brigade na-arụ.
Well, if I call ya Ocha Brigade, which means now part of the Ocha Brigade with so many functions that they engage in, you know. Obugodu enforcement of various government policies. But for now, we are trying to concentrate our efforts na Otu Esiakmai or Ocha Brigade, you know. But previously, if I in Alobo before, if we go in Apatala somewhere like a Koka now, a Koka was not passable. Motorists and you know, making nuisance of everywhere. You know, so basically part of our job is to stop street trading, to eradicate it entirely, and hawkers, you know, within our markets and around the markets so that motorists can be able to move freely to and fro from their various destinations. People that were when sometime like 2-3 weeks ago, we had to seal off most of the stores now around Zik Avenue to compel everybody to desilt and evacuate the gutters there.
Oh, so that was why they were doing it?
Yes, because we had to stop them from trading. So they had to, you see, part of our job is to make sure there's no flooding, you know. That's why we distilled. If you go to Onitsha now, we're engaged in massive do on a day-to-day basis, you know. Ocha Brigade's job is vast, and within the next 2 weeks, you'll be hearing more about us. We do the jobs and we do it well.
No, you do it well. You do it well. And the uniform also helps because you see them, you know that they're I want to commend that, the fact that every evening, once you come to Ekoka market, at least in Kendigo the shore, Motu Nulando and Sonata. So, and the atmosphere and the road safety in Abata. Yeah, so it's quite a good one. Man, a few days ago or few weeks ago, it celebrated 1 year in office. I would like to know how the journey was for you. That 1 year in office. Iga, like when you look back at it, will you beat your chest and say, yeah, it was a good 1 year? Or will you say like, it wasn't really that good? So what can you magazine at this 1 year?
Well, from Ebens we meet here, Ocha Brigade. I want to thank Mr. Governor for appointing me as MD Ocha Brigade. And on assumption of office, I met that Ocha Brigade was virtually dead. You know, it was not doing anything. No vehicles, nothing to write home about. They were just busy standing, doing the job of Fatma. And having gone through the law, I found that Ocha Brigade was empowered to do so much. So much. And at that point, when I was appointed, we have not created UBET or anti-tout, so Ocha Brigade was saddled with doing everything at once. Though it was part of our schedule because it was already in the law to look for people who don't pay whatever the government needs to be paid. So we were basically enforcing for all the ministries. All the ministries we were. Because Ocha Brigade actually was created to be an enforcement arm of the state government. That's why when the founder of Ocha Brigade, Ago, was able to do quite a few things, you know, but when I came in, I decided to do things differently, to put a human face to the enforcement. And you can attest that our people in Anambra are there Biko. So in my first months, I tried to be civil, you know, act within the ambit of the law guiding Ocha Brigade, make sure na akọwachala ndị mmadụ. Now this is this is that, you know, that they should, you know, like it took me a while, you know, sometimes who are these street traders that you talk of? They are old women. Who are these hawkers that you're talking of? Children. You know, so it took me a while, you know, trying to put a human face, but I saw it was not working. And we went on air again trying to tell people that now we're going to start arresting because they are actually breaking the law, the laws of the state. So we started doing that, and we have been recording successes in terms of eradication of street trader. Because sometimes you go somewhere in Onitsha, the whole street is covered by these people selling. So what do? We seize and we arrest, you know. So in this past 1 year, it has been a journey. I've never been an MD of Ocha Brigade before. It was also trying to learn the limits of how we can go and what we can do. And I think by now it's fully understood what lays ahead and how to tackle the. It's not an easy job, but it's a job that must be done in line with the vision of Mr. Governor of keeping Anambra clean and healthy. And we intend to achieve that at Ocha Brigade.
And so far, so good. I must say that it was, for me, this angle, it was a good 1 year for you, sir. It was a good 1 year. So, but I, from your speech, I wanted to ask, but then I also saw it on your speech, your anniversary speech. You did say there was, you championed a war against touting and illegal collection of levies. I'd like you to shed light.
You know, when I was appointed, you know, the then chairman of Board of Internal Revenue asked me to help with enforcement of revenue because they were recording low turnout. And having been a deputy national president of Road Transport Employers, I kind of had the experience to be able to say, yes, this is what I can do. And I promised him and I said, okay, it will be done. Because I remember he told me they were roughly recording about 10 million every month between keke and buses. And I said that was not good enough, that this is where we can do a lot better. So in my effort to increase the IGR then, I encountered so much problems with the cabals. And I keep saying it, with the cabals who were benefiting from keke and buses. In fact, they caused a lot of what do you call it? They tried to demonstrate forcefully, but I repealed them in about 3 or 4 occasions across the state. You know, and having achieved that, they saw that it was not going to be easy for them to keep resisting, so they started paying. And by the time I stopped, I believe we had recorded up to about more than 800% success in that angle.
Wow.
Yes. In terms of touting, you know, touting is something in the previous regime that was encouraged. You know, it's, Mr. Governor came in and promised India Anambra that he was going to stop touting. And as soon as I was appointed, we started seriously. And before I stopped, before I handed over to anti-tout, I think I previously had arrested over 800 touts. You know, we had some convictions, we transferred some to the state CID, you know. The ones that had some drugs, we sent to NDLA, you know. So we did try our best, because this state was filled with touts when I was appointed, but we did a lot of work in that angle. And we are still doing a lot of work in that angle, because my law permits me to arrest anybody who is illegal and who is doing something that is not right.
Okay, so well, if you're wondering what we're talking about, touts bundaburu.
Yes.
Emana governor anyị say na enweghị space for ndị agboro na Anambra State. Ọ bụ niile sonyere anyị kịta ihe nọ na ya bụ MDAs update ebe ọ na-agba ịkpọta ndị isi ndị ọrụ gọọmenti ha gwa anyị kafasi arụ ọrụ kafasi atụ arụ ịfụ na ọchịchị Soludo bara gị bakwa arụmụ. Anyị ga-emepe ekwentị, mana tupu anyị na-emepe ekwentị ka anyị jee ṅụọ mmiri, anyị na-anachite anyị emepe ekwentị ka ịkpọọ. Ọ bụ na onwe ajụjụ inwe ịjụ onye anyị na ya nọ taa bụ onye isi Ocha Brigade Anambra State, ịkpọ jụọ ka anyị pụta. You're welcome back to the MDAs update on ABS television, radio, and our different online platforms. However you're watching us or listening to us, you're on to that program. I am still Oluchi Carlo Emeka, and my guest this afternoon is the MD of Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra, that is Ocha Brigade. Ndona abefo hafe yiri akwa green na black fana achụ ndị agburu oge ụfọdụ ha bịakwa ha na-anọkasị n'afịa a na-arụ ihe dịgasị iche iche nya anyị ga-emepe ekwentị kịta ọ bụ na onwe ajụjụ inwe ịjụ onye isi ha ịkpọ ka ịjụọ ị ga-akpọ anyị fọ ndị na-anọrọ ndị na-adị ekiri anyị na ihe onyonyo ndị nọ na redio m ga-akpọpụta akara ekwentị ị ga-eji kpọọ anyị ka ị nwee ike kpọọ anyị nweta anyị ị ga-akpọ anyị na 0701 8639546 maọbụ 08119055555 maọbụ 0902-327-3484. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kedu afa gị na ebe isi akpọ? It's not afa gị bụ gị?
Honorable Mark.
Okay, Honorable Maganiru.
Biko afọ na na-eji ya gwa nwa gị chọka njọ.
Ganiru. Ganiru.
Na-ajụ ahụ dịka Ocha Brigade ọrụ ha ọ gbasara sanitation. Ndị ajụ ajụjụ ahụ na ịga na old road kịta drainage uju ụdọ uju mmiri anago nnechi kịta anaghị mmiri uzori na adụ flọji na andara ihe stendi ego.
It is old road there, boy. Old road there, boy. Old road there, boy. Old road there, Rika. Old road. Boy. Thank you. Thank you, Kozage. What you say?
Yes, old road, and I'm aware that Mr. Governor made available a lot of money which was given to the local government chairman.
Okay.
Kafa we need the seal to these gutters, you know. And we at Ocha Brigade, if I enable, there's a law, the silting law in Anambra State, is saying now, in Azuafia eba, niru ebi in Azuafia, you must to keep it clean. Sure. So I put I by the time I rule that place on Neku, ndi na Azuafia eba, ndi bi eba with the silt.
Okay.
Because everything ka government in our law. You put an express, government get the express meaning. Yes, but even previously, because let me tell you, flood in our Kubuna, Ajapochu gutter. So because na Muaman Ajapochu gutter, that's why I take it upon myself to make sure that I educate in the way shop, Monday Nazo affair, Monday way building, that your responsibility is to keep your surroundings clean, which entails that when we got out in Irubel, and a sanitation, a poche punien, in a poche all the time, or man jueju, milizo, or for channel or is where go a long way, you know, which I started this 2 months ago, you know, and because of the rains we have not, but now we are fully intensified our efforts to make sure that no nyobuna we iru gota gane poche of
oge ụfọdụ bịakwa achọrọ m ka mmadụ ihu na-eme maka ndị anụwa na-abụ Fabia fe were shop ruo n'elu gọta ụfọdụ na-arụzikwa ụlọ n'elu gọta. So when I read your speech onwe ebe ikwu maka your war against illegal structure, achọrọ m ịma kedu ihe Ocha Brigade na kedu ihe iwu si nọ nke ka Ocha Brigade ga-eme gbasara ndị na-arụ ụlọ ma structure ebe na-ekwesịrị oke nke ụlọ.
If iwu anyị kwubu na if such cases I just destroy them and charge the person to court. I had access be a big bumba. Now I for immediately.
Oh, okay. Then Ian Choi Jobo
which he can now for in the next 1 or 2 weeks he got photo is na kutu.
I want to know what you in which channel is EJ discipline and digging, because on your imana abia as na in every 12 there is a Judas. And on a onye yiri uniform ọ dịka na akịta na-arụ ọrụ oyibo ọ bụ na mmadụ eyi uniform o nwere ike men na free mana onye yiri uniform asị onye Ocha Brigade menka. So enwe channel maka ọ na-abụ most times onye yiri ha na uniform ọ dịka ọ bụzi assistant Jehovah nwozie ihe. So onye mche ma bụ enwe channel ọ ga-abụ afọ onye Officer Ocha Brigade na-eme ihe na-ekwesịrị enwe ka a ga-esi nwe report ya a report ya kedu ihe ga-eme.
Yes, I nwere emergency numbers just for anything na-eme, be it Ocha Brigade or anybody na-ada iwu. Anyị nwere zero tolerance bribing. As a matter of fact, ịbụrụ onye Ocha Brigade enwetara ebe na-ana ego, that's instant dismissal.
Oh, wow.
You know, we have dismissed over 30 of them and we'll continue to dismiss until we get it right. I know nothing can be 100%, but we'll get to a reasonable place where, as a uniform Ocha Brigade, na family MD and governor, I don't take rubbish, you know, because we are what if the governor says zero touting. Ocha Brigade, I'm put a bone on the touts, no, because anybody collecting money, illegal money is an arbor or a tout, you know, so. I want to take Ocha Brigade to a place where everybody will say, yes, this is a good arm of the state government.
Yes. All right, if you're just joining us and you're on radio or on TV, remember you can call in. If you have any question for the MD of Ocha Brigade, you call and you ask. The numbers are still 0701 863 9546. Repeat 0701 863 9546 or 08119055555 0811-905-5555 or 0902-327-3484. When you see Macho, how do you work hand in hand with Ndi Nogasi na local governments, Manimo Obodo? Because yes, I know for a call no Ocha. Manonya Obana Manoka capital. Sorry, sir. Let me pick this call. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, we can hear you. Step away from where your radio, step away from where your device is. Okay, go on.
I really want to appreciate hello, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go on.
Okay, from what I'm watching right now, the ABS programs under the Ocha Brigade on Focus. I want to really appreciate the chief of the Ocha Brigade officer, and I want to commend him that he's doing a good job, and let him just look towards this our state side.
Okay, what is going on in Ifite?
Yeah, this one is the side here at the way our people are using their application of people time. They want to go cut out that block. God, now you so go. I don't think we be on the news so go to do no if
Okay, thank you very much. Osi Ifite.
Yes, we have heard about that report. If it is a filthy area, and unfortunately, all even the students CB. So to tackle the problem of Ifite, we have set up and we are trying to work. We are going to establish Ocha NANS, which means we are going to establish a student arm of Ocha Brigade to cover all the campuses in Anambra State. Last week I met with the zonal officers of NANS and the state officers of NANS, and I believe in the next 1 or 2 weeks we are going to be visiting all the campuses in Anambra State to see how Ocha Brigade can come in, because they told quite a lot of story on how messed up everywhere is at Ifite. Ifite is going to be a big challenge, but I'm sure that I will be handling Ifite by myself so that I get what I want at Ifite. So in no time soon, we will be able to solve the problem of Ifite. With the students, because we are going to set up Ocha NANS, even inside the campuses. You know, I'm still going to have to go and discuss with the VC about the modalities and how that will work out. But as for the hostels, we are going to do quite a lot of work there.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I called again. I told the appreciate that's my man. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Good afternoon. I met Onyema Jeremiah. I still want to appreciate the chief of the Ocha Brigade once again, because that is what Ambo did in Lagos State started when he elected as the governor of Lagos State by raising what is called the Kai. Kai people, they really work in the Lagos State that keeps Lagos State clean and makes Lagos what it is today. So I'm seeing this picture in Anambra State now. So I really want to appreciate our EPO Ocha Brigade main man.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Okay, already. Okay, about Kedi Kunusiaru hand in hand within the community leaders.
Yes, we work very well with local government chairmen. You know, sometimes we set up joint teams to, if something is like a challenge, we tackle it together. I'm in the process of interacting with Apuga youths, you know, so that we can be able to reach the walls. Because I also want a situation whereby I discussed with the what is it called, the leader, youth leader for Apuga. I want a situation where we can incorporate all the youth leaders from different villages, you know, and create a neighborhood watch, you know, because the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra is not going to be for only Ocha Brigade, it's going to be for everybody in Anambra State.
Then I want to look at street trading, especially trading on the walkway. Nda na abu abia anona akụkụ afia maọbụ akụkụ ụzọ wee na-ere afia. Ọtụtụ oge ọ na-abụ I observe a na-achụ ha na-asị onwe ebe inye ha. So my question now bụ ndị a na-anọgasị n'ụzọ kedu ka unu si achụ ha or just unu anọ na ka onwe ebe a na-adị enye ha ka ọ nọrọ onwe ebe ha fanwe wee pụta ebe ahụ. What's it like? Because most times if you come to the market, you notice that I think initially there was a time that the strategy was Fabia Chucha Hana. Obiaza dizia ki gwazi ụmụ gị sị park zia na park. Maka oh God ahụ asị gị Fabia go agba asị gị chere fa ga-apụ nne chere fa pụọ ka mbupute mana kịta anụ ọ na-abụzi bịazi efu na ha park zia park abịazia you know like they would distribute themselves, which is a nice strategy. Mana ihe nchema bụ beyond that, ke plan enwe for ndị a na-anọgasị ma ndị na-anọ under the bridge ere afịa ma ndị na-apụta n'ụzọ ere afịa ma hawkers. How do you work hand in hand with different other agencies efo na ọ bụrụ n'ụchụcha echi ihe na-ebe aka na-ebekwa?
Well, I've just discovered that street trading is planned. Is really planned.
Yes, because they collect money from them.
You know, it's planned by the market leaders.
Okay.
You understand? Because if the market leaders, if they don't want, we won't have street trading. Okay. You know, and to tackle this, you will see, I'm really going to confront these cabals in the markets because it's do or die for me. It's either I succeed, you understand what I'm saying? And I intend to succeed, which means that I will give them a warning, twice, and if they don't heed to this warning, I will shut down the market. I'm saying it clearly with all boldness that I'm going to shut down any market in Anambra State who encourages street trading and hawking.
Because I noticed that these traders actually pay.
Yes, and who are they paying to?
And the funny thing is, I did notice, I'm on Mandoru no notice, sometimes your men will be there. I'm an opari ni rufanana. Oh, we can na coded. My father the only affair willingly will be paying. And
no, the issue there is that because of sometimes these Abor people they are always very armed. So that's why we use security too. Because if we are with security and they are armed, we will disarm them and arrest them. Okay. You know, but to, you know, asking an ordinary person to go and start fighting who is armed is not really what I want to do. So to that, we always use, if you see at a Koka, like 3 or 4 days in a week, we have our armed security along with, because our boys are there on pin down. We are going to be there for us next till we get what we want. The idea of bringing your goods and selling on this, because it's the market people there that is collecting money from this trader. The governor has bound collecting money from hawkers, wheelbarrow, but they still do these things. If we come stay there, they will run away. Immediately we leave, you understand? So what I discovered that I needed to put a pin down. But you know, putting a pin down takes so much of my staff, you know, because to get what you want at the Coca, you have to constantly leave like 20 or 30 people there to be able to achieve what you want to. Because if you put 5 people there, it doesn't make any sense to any of them. Even the women will insult the living daylight out of. It's not easy. It's not an easy job, but it's a job that has to be done.
Talking about not being easy, I'd like you to mention some of the challenges. What are the challenges you face? And then how can people help you in that particular challenge? Not just Mana Street, like in the entirety of your work. Okay, challenges only facing.
Well, you see, the job of Ocha Brigade is a difficult one that the members of Ocha Brigade needs to be encouraged, because it might interest you to know that we work 7 days a week on a 12-hour shift, you know, trying to make sure that we get some of these things right. You know, so I, for one, I always try to encourage my boys and my girls, you know, because I know the efforts they make on a day-to-day basis. So that's why we like to be criticized, but let's criticize us with the truth so that we can grow as a brigade. But some time ago, we had all kinds of criticism from people, sponsored people and all that, which is welcome, because, when you do the right things, you will never be afraid of criticism, But I like the general public to encourage us by doing the right things. We are not asking for anything special. If we say there's a law that stops street hawking, we want the general public to stop the street hawking. We don't need to come and arrest you.
Sorry, sir, you pick up from there. Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I remember Jeremiah. Good afternoon.
Okay, go on.
Jeremiah.
Go on.
I still want to use the opportunity and thank our state government of Anambra State to look into Ocha Brigade and power them very well, because in Lagos State, I see what they are protecting them. They have the one big toting van called Black Maria. Black Maria, well empowered in mobile cars and buses they need to patrol and walk around the whole city. I've made sure that everywhere is well kept clean. After in those that they keep an Anambra State, or they don't have an Anambra State Ocha. So how now I have government because only see Ocha Brigade make the governor and another power no one. Can I say the market is next year? Thank
you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So people can't support by wherever to black man and I'm going to stay there. Yeah, it was not peace. You probably knew him for the race in my again.
Thank you.
So
okay, so okay, you were actually talking about challenges.
Yes, because you see, most times because like I told you, we're going to be doing a lot of arrests these days, because I discovered that you cannot plead with our people to stop doing something that is wrong. So we have to use the full law. When we catch people now, we must charge them to court. It doesn't matter to me if they are street hawkers, if they are street traders, but we will charge them to court to deter them from doing some of these things, from coming out on roads and markets. And then another dangerous trend that our intelligence is reporting now, that we have a lot of children being used. So I've discussed with the Commissioner for Women Affairs. We are going to embark on massive arrests, or not arrest, taking these kids into custody so that we can find out who is sending them on this.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can I again ABC Apo? Thank you. What's your name? Nganiru. Get out again ABC Apo.
Afambu Umaru Bichupo, that's in President State Hospital.
Nganiru.
Yana make a guy on a studio.
Thank you very much.
When I see a big can like in a conca. The issue is that what could you before Guna, what of chemistry even with 100%. I think Nandoria, let's go across that place. Like in this, like this. But you would have found out there about Pagan, you would have found a good India and etc. That's the issue. So, they got whom a shuttle board or again, and I make it until you pick a passenger. We'll move with the Jagava. But the idea. So, Panana Mata, Gava. So, because Kamari Van Mendora, Emetawan and Dora, Metevo Kuma, Alaboro Kuma, thanks to God, they were taking that one.
Thank you very much. Okay. I've actually witnessed it a lot. Shine Koka, it does happen, but like I said, that was why I asked. Okay, you name staff discipline, and I'm happy na even he's so much okay is that hope.
Well, the issue there is that I want to correct an impression.
Okay.
Ocha Brigade abokwanu
Road safety.
About road safety. About ndị na-check ma onye bu bus down ma ọkada na agba ma you got to go. Ocha Brigade is not traffic management.
Okay.
Ocha Brigade is just to stop street trading
okay.
and hawking. But what we do is that if we are present somewhere, and because maybe in a hold up, we are all working for the same governor.
Okay.
You know, for the same state. So why doing our core mandate, also trying to help with the traffic the congestion. It's not like it's our primary job per se. But as for, regardless, once we are there, we are supposed to do it. Regardless, man, they also supposed to email. You know, I know that if that Conti always sends his men there, but in Imago, there's a time these people all. That's something else that we need to have to see how we can, as you know, 24 hours. I am on to and I came into 2, you know, because when you be all from 8 o'clock, low 7 o'clock, or you can't go in. Say we're now look on that. You got to go ahead. So these are the things that we also look into and see how we can, you know, make sure that we get it right. You know, we are still at least we are like 80%. We still need to get 10%.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, so thank you so much. Because of time, much okay, they'll quit bazin when Ewandi Anambra, especially Kogesi Wenyaro, Ndo Noru Naka. Nakwa Kogesi Wenyaro administration aka iji fukwa na this dividend of Soludo administration ruru onye obuna.
Imago, if environment are the 5 pillars of what Mr. Governor wants to achieve, and it's Ocha Brigade's primary duty to make sure that Mr. Governor Aka will achieve clean and healthy Anambra. So, in line with his vision, Ocha Brigade will do everything possible to make sure that NAI enforce all environmental laws. You understand? Next week, we just started Operation Show Your Bin. We want to make sure that every shop, including business owner, ABS, I put that here, I join you know, every dustbin, yes, you know, every shop, no matter how small, must have a bin, whether small, big, as big as you are. You know, we must make sure that we make you desilt your gutters. You know?
Already started.
Yeah, so these are the ways we want to make sure that then the people saddled with the job of evacuating waste wherever the waste is, we want to make sure that they evacuate as at when due. So these are what we do that already. You know, you can see sometimes you see our small shuttle buses moving from. Some time ago, every day we discover heaps of refuse, and then we call Aswama boss to say this is what we have seen, and he's also doing quite a lot in that angle.
Thank you so much. We really want to appreciate you, Comrade Sir Celestine Anere, Onyebu Managing Director, Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade. We want to appreciate you not just for gracing our studio this afternoon, but for sharing not just in and I will say that from my own angle, as an individual, I am rating you high because I get to see your work even before I got to meet your person. And I am sure that our viewers and listeners out there will appreciate the good works you're doing.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
And you who watched or listened to this program, we really want to appreciate you for being a good person. Yes. Being an ABS person, you're a good person. I want to use this opportunity to inform you that in this administration, it is all of us working together to ensure that it succeeds. When you see something, you say something. And when you know the right thing to do, you do. We don't wait to be begged or to be told. Yes, this is it on today's edition of the MDAs Update. Afam Kabukwa Oluchi Kalo Emeka. See you next week. Bye-bye.